Hey guys, I got a couple cool kits. This is one of them. This is the other that I wanted to open up. Just got them in the mail 10 seconds ago. Haven't opened them up. I figured, hey, let's do that together. But these are, I can't even pronounce the name. Gunze Sangyo. I butchered that, I bet. But it's an Austin Healy Sprite Mk-1 and the Triumph TR2 LeMans edition. Now I'm pretty excited for these because if you see, they are 1/24 scale and photo etching parts are included. So these should be highly detailed. Let me try to capture all the sides of the box. I'll do one at a time. Got a lot of Japanese writing on them. That's the same as the cover art. Here you actually have build pictures. Pretty darn slick looking, a lot of detail. Hopefully the camera does it justice so you get to see. And then the other side is that. But before I open it, I guess I'll show the other one, the Triumph. So there's that. Here is the build pictures. Hopefully I can keep it out of the glare. And a couple more build pictures. Very sharp looking car. So, let me do the Austin Healey first. Nothing like opening up a classic model kit that's been sitting in somebody's stash for a very long time, for the very first time. You know, it's fine that people collect them, but models are meant to be built. That's the way I do it. And so I open mine as soon as I get them. Here's the inside. So first off, you'll have the body. It's amazing how small these cars were. It's not bad. I mean, you got a heavy seam line. So I have to look at that before I sand it, make sure that ain't a trim line, not a seam line. It's probably a trim line. They probably had a folded weld or so. I think the MGBs had a weird weld on the back right in here. So here's that. You got the big British license plate. So nice deep door panel molding. So there's that. So the next set on the box is all your chrome pieces and some clear. Looks to be nice chrome. These darn staples out of here so they don't scratch the clear. You don't have to do any extra buffing that you shouldn't have to. Nice to avoid all that. So here's the clear. You got some headlights, turn signals, tail lights, and the windshield. More lights. I wonder if this has a different racing version or if that's the gauge. I have to see what that one is. Luggage rack. They found a way to make you want to have millions of these kits. Wipers. It's like headlight covers. The grill. How the hell? See how that got tangled up in there? Right in the most delicate part. So there you got the windscreen, frame, some trim pieces of bumper for the trunk. Looks like the mirror. You got your, looks like to be pieces for the center of the wheel. Maybe. I don't know. Set that aside. Now that's pretty cool. I wonder if that's seatbelt material. Let's see. The box don't show any straps on the hood, but that is quite interesting. It's kind of like a very nice felt, almost like a suede. You got the decals stapled to the actual box, so that way they don't go moving around. They look to be in good shape. You got gauges, you got numbers. That might be the number for the hood. Yep, that's the number for the hood. You got some photo etch seat belts, so I'm assuming that's seat belt material. You got the tape for the headlights. You got some other markings, some BP. SCJJ. I wonder if that's kind of like the NASA here and the SCCA. So Sports Car Club Japan, I'm assuming. It's pretty cool. So far this kit's not disappointing. So there you have your axles and your rear axle. So this is interesting. Your inside door panels and your wheel wells are actually rubber. There is a rubber gasket for the windshield. Your tires, your seats are rubber. That is really cool. I have to say that's the first time I've ever had a kit like this. I'm sure there's tons of them out there. But that is really cool. I've never seen a window gasket or seal actually made out of rubber in a model kit. Here you got fire extinguishers. Looks like some hood belts. Probably a couple suspension pieces there. The exterior key for turning off the power and fire suppression system, and probably hood latches. Your roll cage. I don't know if both pieces are. That one probably fits into that. So yeah, it might be both pieces of the roll cage. Dash. Some cool headlights. Steering wheel. The chassis. Looks like the transmission tub. Your rims. Probably for your steering and your wheels. And then your firewall, your rear end. So this kit is a curbside. That must be the exhaust. So there's that. So the instructions here, mostly in Japanese, if not all in Japanese. Good thing we know how to read by pictures. Nope, there's color callouts. and names that are in English as well. So yep, those pieces were for the seat belt. Let me show you how to actually make it. That's really cool. That piece was for the roll cage. Show you some of the decal layouts. Assembly of the windshield. That one was the racing windshield, where it was just a little screen. There's the final assembly. Make sure we looked at everything. This is one side, and there's the other. So there really wasn't tons of photo etch pieces. I think there's other ones out there that have even more. Some of these kits, you'll find them on eBay for over $100. I am not crazy enough to spend that on a model kit. So I did get these at a pretty good price. So yeah, them are the only photo etch pieces in there. Which, that logo. And the logo and the badging on in there. That is really cool. There's a lot of detail in that. That's good enough. I'm happy with that. So, put these rubber pieces out. That was Austin Healey. So now it's time to look at the Triumph. Both very similar cars, both very small, fun British race cars. Guess I should have looked for a date somewhere. 94. That was quick. So yep, these are 94. Start out first with the decals. They were a little stuck to the plastic. Not too bad. They should be able to be saved if they're messed up. Always cut these pieces out, these little numbers and all that, and test those first. Be kind of rough with them. Since they are just junk, they'll give you an idea of how the rest of the decals are going to work out with. So anytime you're dealing with an old kit, do that. Cut out just the tag name and mess with those first, and then you'll get an idea of how good your decals are really going to be before you cut the important ones. I've learned that the hard way. So beautifully molded body, very high gloss. Well, the British cars to me look like fish. I'll get that big mouth and big eyes. Look like it caught a carp on a hook. That's a pretty cool body. So this one's got the glass and get the staples out of here. Take that elsewhere. So this one, of course, is all tangled up too. Windshield lights, turn signals, and everything. This one's pretty cool. It's a rubberized tonneau cover. Sit like that. Must have to soak it in hot water or something and then form it to go around. That's really cool. Don't know if I'll use it. Maybe if you build a kit, maybe you can put this on and take it off. But that is really cool. So this one comes with another little racing screen, windscreen. Spokes are pretty cool. It looks like they might need re-chromed. I might wash them, do a little wash on them first, see if that black covers up the light chroming areas. Then you got your knockoffs and your grill is actually opened up so you can see through it like that. That adds a lot to a build. So here's your front bumper. There's some light housings, some hinges. Them are for your windshield. A lot of delicate parts there. Your axles. Yep, a couple pieces loose in the bag. Look like some kind of suspension part to me. So you got your suspension, your rear end, your steering wheel, your little mini wipers. Separate frame. It's always cool. You can do some nice color patterns with that. I have everything on one color on the bottom. Makes it easier, at least. Get your firewall, wheel wells, your floor pan. Looks like a fueler cover. Dashboard. They're both right-hand drive. These ain't the American versions. So here it looks like you got your window seals. You got your rubbery inside, your wheels, your seat. So it looks like they, on the ones in the box, they left the black interior. I think I'm gonna go that route too. Looks like some hoses. So that's really cool, that rubber inside. Almost forgot, some photo etch. So there is a logo inside, side emblems, and the photo etch. Let's take a look at the instructions. That's what the photo etch looks like on print. Got some hood tie downs. There's your other photo etch parts. So, when the battery dies, I don't know where I left off, but back at the instructions, you get the nice call outs of color and all that. And here's your interior setup, all your details for the rubber panels that go inside the body, your suspension, your grill, your steering wheel, the photo etch parts, the headlights, the tonneau cover. Oh, look at this. You actually can cut down that seam. Let's go back to that. So you can cut down this seam right between the zipper. You can roll it back and everything. I don't see if it says if you heat it or not. So if anybody out there knows, if anybody else mess with these, do you just bend it, or do you heat it and bend it and let it cool while it's holding that bend? That would be really cool to know before I mess it up. But yeah, that's really cool. You can cut it and roll it up and bend it, put it behind the seat. That is really cool. Yep, because we got it done here. And if anybody has painted this stuff, please let me know in the comments below. Let me know what method you guys did. I would assume that if you use regular paint, it would actually flake off. But according to this picture, it looks like it's a tan color. Yeah, on the box it shows a tan. So I might have to use my translator on my phone. Let's see. So if you guys ever come across these manuals that are like this, that are in a different, you get your Google Translate, and you can hit the camera. So if I aim it at certain text, so like there, right there, it translated. So it's when closed, tonneau cover closed. So it shows you that. It's translating it pretty much the same. But like if you come into a section like this, for those who have lost or damaged parts, so that's pretty much just telling you how to get a hold of them. But like this area here, the color tells you body, chassis, and so down here. But pretty much they got everything translated into the two. Yep, just Triumph TR in Japanese. Never use paint near a fire. Imagine that. So there's that. So hopefully you enjoyed. Hanging out with me while I open up two new model kits that I just got. Let's do a comparison of the two. So this is the Healey. This is the Triumph. And it's crazy to think this car is actually bigger than another one, but this is the Sprite. So the Sprite is pretty small. I will be doing these cars in a racing version. Always seems to be the best way to do it. So until next time, guys, hope you have a great one, and I'll see you then.